whenever someone tells me or asks me where I'm from, I don't say I'm from New York. I say I'm from Brooklyn. There's a distinct difference between being from Brooklyn and being from New York. So I think Brooklyn has defined me. Brooklyn is home, but due to the change in socioeconomics and the removal of my neighbors, I would like to say that Brooklyn is home, but it's no longer where the heart is. I grew up in the projects, but I never interacted with many of the children growing up. I was in the house most of the time. My parents were very young when they had me. They were both 18, and they wanted better for me. So my life was all about the books. I would have homework from school, and then I would have homework that my parents gave me. I was doing multiplication in kindergarten, and now my mother does that with my little brother. Of course, I thought she was being hard on me. I thought they were both being hard on me. My dad made me read the dictionary. But I think it definitely helped, and it's gotten me to where I am today. The average 18-year-old's not going to be a junior in college. The average 18-year-old hasn't done what I've done. So growing up in the hood has defined me because I believe I'm street smart, but I'm also book smart because of my parents pushing me.
Unfortunately, the families who did live in the apartments that are occupied now by the new folks, it's hard to say because now they have to go somewhere else. The people who have been working so hard and who have created a family throughout the neighborhood have to go and live elsewhere and create another sense of, home. And that's kind of sad to think about because I know a bunch of my friends already who have moved. And I walk down my block and I'm like, oh, well, I have no one to hang out with, or, well, I miss this person. And I remember that, there's certain things that come to my head whenever I walk down my block and I walk down that bakery and I smell the fresh bread, and it's just like, not everything's the same anymore. Washington Heights is a place where I grew up, so it means a lot to me. I grew up with my family and I love it because I have so many memories there, and it's a place where I, kind of learned about my own culture and how to have fun in a place where I can call home. The way people perceive me when I say that I'm from Washington Heights, they just kind of stereotype where I'm from. So they kind of like associated with the ghetto, or that there's so many Hispanics. A lot of people are uneducated, and that's not necessarily true. Especially in my family, going to Hunter College is kind of like an honor.
I don't think that anyone in particular is responsible for gentrification. I think that it's definitely multifaceted. It's the fact that many minorities don't own where they live. So not owning where you live means you have no actual right to the property. And I think that there are several reasons why it's affected Brooklyn in such a way. Many of us didn't value our neighborhoods, didn't see the beauty in our neighborhoods, and we allowed it to become horrible. We allowed our neighborhoods to become very destructive. And being that we didn't see the beauty in our neighborhoods and someone else did, they began buying us out. Many of these neighborhoods, it's also our fault for not owning our property, because minorities make up a good portion of the economy, but we don't own much of where we live. Not many of us own where we live. So I think that it is our fault, but it's not our fault because of the inequality in income. It's much easier for the quote-unquote majority to buy property, to take out loans. So it's no one's fault in particular. If anything, it's both of our fault.